Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about movies, and I'm going to be talking about rated R content, but I'm also going to talk about faith. So I am an evangelical Christian, and this specific video is going to be a mixture of my interest in film and my interest in religion, which my religion is evangelical Christian. So I'm giving you guys the eject button now, right? So if you really don't like, talk about religion, eject out at this point, which, I get that's not everybody's jam. So I just wanted to give everybody almost like a spoilers warning. There isn't going to be any spoilers in there, but that may jet some people out. So I'm just giving you a heads up before I go forward. All right. So here's what I'm saying. I have a good friend, and my friend is lost. They are not a Christian. By the way, lost is a term that Christians use for people who are not saved. Okay. And those are established terms. You can get definitions for them anywhere. I'm not going to belabor the point. Okay. So, but my lost friend also is a seeker. And what I mean by that is she took the time to read the Bible, just book by book, right? And I was discussing it with her as she read it. And she said, and I would say, blah, 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 here's what you need to understand about this book. And she would say, you know what? Your answer to everything is the same. Your answer is always because God. And you know what? She is 100% right. I tell people, hey, you should believe the Bible because the Bible is good and it is true, right? And the reality is, evangelical Christianity is my faith. And I think there's a lot of reason that can bring you to understand the value of Christianity and to even be a Christian, right? To give your life to Jesus Christ. There are reasons, like the rationality can lead you close to it, but it cannot get you there. I do not deny to people that I believe in the Bible and I believe in Jesus Christ based on faith. Okay? And so her answer back to me, because you're always saying because God, is 100% true, right? And so I wanted to listen to her, and I want to tell people that there are evangelical Christian values that make a lot of sense and impact a lot of industries extremely directly. And I think there's objective, rational proof that people need to start looking to evangelical Christianity to make money in their industries. Now, there's two different things. Of course, I've given my testimony and I encourage people to come to Jesus. But what I'm saying is Hollywood needs to look at evangelical Christianity right now so that they can stop making massive mistakes and losing tons of money. And so here's the issue, right? And I believe, this goes back to that. There is very good, sound, rational reasons to believe in evangelical Christianity and believe in Jesus Christ. And so I'm going by the time I'm done with this video, I think I'll have presented some of that evidence. So recently there were 3 projects that were absolutely skewered on their own petard. They did terribly, terribly. They're all Hollywood projects, in my opinion. So the first one is Baywatch. It was a rated R movie. It absolutely should have been rated PG-13. It was foolhardy to make that movie rated R. I think they could have doubled or tripled their money easily if they had made that that film PG-13. Another product. By the way, I would So the next project, right, is Sense8. Right now, I know this is a Netflix original, okay, and the Sense8 is a Netflix original, and I consider that a Hollywood project. It is absolutely being built to compete with Hollywood products, okay, movies. Right. So Sense8 was just canceled. I think the announcement actually came out today, right? Or actually, it broke. The news broke that it was canceled because they were shutting down the sets, right? And Sense8 is, another friend of mine watched it, really loved it, told me all about it, but also gave a warning saying there's a lot of adult content in this, right? So it was rated R content on television, which you could do that on Netflix, all right? And I'm not saying that these companies need to stop making this because it's naughty or it's immoral. I'm saying logically they need to stop making these projects rated R content, because rated R historically has not made money, or it massively limits the amount of people you can reach, and that means that your audience is smaller and your money is smaller. Okay, so Sense8 was the next victim, right? And if they had just embraced more family entertainment, it would have been successful, in my opinion, and they would have gotten out the 5 seasons that they had planned rather than the 2 that they made. The last one is a project that's really close to my heart that I was a huge fan of. It's called The Get Down, and it's told the story of the creation of hip hop in the 80s, right? And it's incredibly good content, but it's the story of teenagers. It's told about teenagers, right? But the content in it could never be watched by teenagers, which made no sense, right? Or Sense8. No, I'm sorry. Just a little joke there. So my point is, so that's my issue is, why are you making this content rated R, especially The Get Down? This is a story that would inspire young people. So why would you make it completely inaccessible to young people? So my point is, if they had embraced evangelical values, they could have made a ton more money on these projects, and they could have been successful rather than these projects being just completely swamped under, really destroyed by a rated R label, which I think is really sad. And I was sad to see these projects do as poorly as they did. And I would also say to people, evangelical Christianity is a very specific slice, right? And at another time, I'll tell you how to identify an evangelical Christian. But I really believe that the numbers show that Jesus Christ's model is a sound model for life. And this is a perfect example where Hollywood needs to realize, if you put in adult content, that's not always going to make it successful. And that if you're careful and you're thoughtful about how you create your content, you can make some family entertainment or just content that isn't made to be consumed by, even just reach down and make content that's acceptable for a teenager, in my opinion. And none of those projects were acceptable for a teenager. Not Sense8, not Get Down, not Baywatch. And that's sad to me. And so I'm actually saying, rationally, Hollywood needs to start looking at evangelical Christian values to make money. Take care.